Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today we're using the pistols on a barrel. The pistols on a barrel right now.
Alright, nah, for real though, YouTube, we gonna be reacting to this little Sneako, most moist critical debate because I'm gonna be honest, this shit is going viral right now because this long-haired motherfucker in front of us is a dumbass. Anyways, let's see.
Hey, I mean, bro, wait, before we start, just a disclaimer, bro. There's going to be some hot takes in this video, all right? Yes. We are not pedophiles, bro. All right, we are not PDF files. I don't think Sneako is.
Nope.
Okay, nobody's a PDF file in this video.
PDF
we are just weighing our situation.
Oh, God.
Like we're weighing our view on the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's all good on my end over here. Yeah, you sound fine. Video looks good.
I gotta make sure. I don't have headphones.
Awful. For everyone that was confused, he had this fucking laggy ass camera, bro, and it was all pixelated, bro. Looked like Pac-Man.
I look like a D1 Indian, bro.
Yes, exactly. But he looked like a blob, bro. He looked swole as hell, but he was like a blob, bro. It looked bad.
How are things going on your end?
Okay,
things are going good. Every time I talk to you, I'm in some random country. Last time I was in Japan. I was standing outside of a club actually in Japan, and then I think you texted me, and I left the club, and I was just standing on the street underneath like some cherry blossom flowers at like 3 a.m. And now I'm in Turkey.
It was actually a pretty serene landscape, actually. That was very cinematic.
It was.
They're talking about the last debate, right? Yeah, the last debate they had. I mean, come on, bro. Sneako's comfortable debating, man. He's a master debater, bro. Yeah. He's a masturbator.
Is this nigga serious?
I'm all clips, not mags. You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. But things do get clipped out of context, you know.
Oh my god. Okay, he's funny. That was a funny
just trolling him, bro.
Yeah, that was a funny dog.
With all of what's going on here, why are you so insistent on like the age of consent being like unreasonable? Or at least that's the impression I and most people gather from the way you speak about it.
That's a valid question, and I want to first ask, like, what's your issue with my opinion on the age of consent, age of marriage?
Because I feel like age of consent should just be an accepted number, and I think the accepted one is 18. Like, regardless of where you talk about in the world, I feel like once you start talking about someone under 18, you're basically just talking like a predator. Like, I feel like 18 is a pretty well-established number for most sensible people. At 18, you're going to college, you're living your own life now, you're outside of your family nest. Anything under that, you're still a kid.
Okay.
No, but this is what I was talking about earlier, bro. There's 16, 17-year-olds that live on their own, bro. Like,
real. Yeah, that doesn't apply to most people.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. Like, yeah, I mean, some people don't move out until like they're 25.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Some people
18, a lot of kids are still in high school, bro. It's their senior year. If you don't have a summer birthday, 90% of the people are 18 in senior year high school. So I don't know what he's talking about, starting their life, college, living on their own. No, most people that are 18 are still in high school.
Some people don't even go to college.
Exactly.
It's not technically illegal, but you're not a 19-year-old, right? So why would you be arguing?
See, pause. This is where I like this Chris situation comes in with Kai Sinet.
Yeah.
Bro, the dude was 19, the chick was 17.
That's what I'm saying.
Why
There's
is everybody
no
tripping?
with that. There's no
it's a 2-year difference.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know why people tripping over that. He literally just said Romeo and Juliet, it's legal.
Yeah,
So why are people tripping over it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. There's laws that protect people like that because in certain scenarios, you know, it's reasonable, you know, it's reasonable, and that's why there's laws protecting it. But I mean, I guess people just look at age and like, oh, 18, 16, oh shit, that's a kid. It's not. It's way deeper than what people think. But
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, the messages that were sent were wrong by every mean. Like, I don't know what that bro was doing. I don't know why he thought that was Riz. Yeah. But I mean, if he thought that wasn't gonna get screenshotted, then I don't know. But like, still, I mean, the age thing, I don't know why people are tripping over that, bro. I don't think he's a pedophile, but he is still messed up. Like, that's weird.
Now, so it sounds like I'm fucking with a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not.
Hey, technically it's legal. I mean, it's legal. There's nothing even wrong with that. But like,
Don't come at me saying I'm like that.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
A 16,
well,
you know?
First off, I'm not arguing to lower the age of consent. I don't believe in the age of consent. We can get there. I want to establish some terms first.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's not even just with Romeo and Juliet laws. There's a lot of states where it's 16 regardless of Romeo and Juliet. And then you go to Europe, most countries are 16. Japan, I think they just changed it. It was like 13 or 14, and now it's 16. Brazil, it's 14. I saw that from a Nelk Boys video. They were joking.
14, 13, I think is a little too young because, like,
Yeah, I mean, I think
age there. That's.
I was talking about this earlier. I'm like, I think 15 is where I like draw the line. You know,
Yeah.
15. Yeah, it's
because 15 is when I don't know about. I can't speak on different. I feel like most people at 15 they start engaging. All through middle school.
Right.
I wasn't making any of my decisions. I didn't decide anything for myself. And then once I started getting 15, 16, they were like, I started getting more and more. So like 15 and 16 is where I started kind of gaining freedom a little bit. Getting more like you're growing up. Getting more.
right.
That's just how I look at it, though.
I want to see, like, why do you think 18 is the age of consent?
Because that right now is the one that makes the most sense. I guess to piggyback off what you're saying, so if you're traveling right now, if you go to Europe, are you going to be comfortable?
Okay, pause. How does 18 make sense? Why doesn't 21 make sense?
Exactly. Like,
You know what I mean? Like that's when, or why doesn't 25 make sense when we're all developed fully, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't 25 make sense?
Exactly.
But like, how does that make the most sense? You know what I mean?
If you were, single and looking for someone, would you feel comfortable with it being a 16-year-old if it's in Europe versus US?
I wouldn't do that. Like, I would not have sex before. I think sex, like, out of wedlock altogether is something that we should not encourage anymore. And having the age of consent, having that idea encourages people to have premarital.
With all due respect, we got to be unbiased here, right? With all due respect, he's dodging the question.
Oh, yeah.
I said it. Yeah, he's dodging the question. But no, I do. I see what he's saying. I agree with him completely.
I do see what he's saying, but then let's be honest, bro. As guys, we're all gonna have premarital sex, unless you're,
unless you're unattractive. But no. Here's the thing. Once you get enough of it, though, then you kind of snap into what Sneako's thinking, right?
Oh yeah.
And I agree completely.
Yeah.
I agree completely, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to kind of think about it now with all the stuff that I'm kind of going through right now. I don't know if you are or not. But like. You got to think about. Once you've had enough, you've had enough, and you realize
it's always gonna be there,
Right.
Like,
right.
You get it once and it never goes away. It's not like you get it one time and that's the only time you're ever gonna get it. If you get it one time, nine times out of 10, you're gonna get it later. You're gonna get it later. You're gonna get it later. Like, no longer how long it is down the road. So I don't know. Staying on premarital sex. I get why you wouldn't want to. In my religion,
it's don't get me wrong. It's way different for women, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Don't cancel me. It's a big rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think we should say our views on that right here because we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
Just that.
But like, hey, with all like really though, he's dodging the question. He's dodging that shit. Yeah. Would he fuck a 15-year-old? We gotta know.
Yeah, we gotta know, bro. With Sneako.
We gotta know, Sneako. Come on, let us know.
No, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
Okay.
Like, would you meet a 16-year-old with romantic intent?
How old is he?
25.
Not at that age, no.
Marry a 16-year-old.
I
Nothing
wouldn't.
Sexual.
I probably wouldn't personally, because I don't think that I'd be on the same mental playing field. I like to have intellectual conversations. I like to be with women that are around my same age, because then I can have conversations. I like to relate to them. I think there'd be too much of a gap. But
as of right now, we don't have a choice, right? Me and you. But like, bro, let's just say I was like 26, right? She was like 21. That wouldn't be an issue.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be.
I think I would honestly. I might even prefer that.
That's what I'm saying.
But right now we don't really have a choice. But at that time, maybe like a 5-year gap wouldn't be that bad.
Exactly. And y'all have to understand, like, girls and guys, they mature at different rates and different levels. So girls will mature way faster. So basically, a 16-year-old girl at maturity level is probably going to be the same maturity level as most 19-year-old males. That being said, I don't have a problem with 16 and 19. Most people will, but
I don't either.
I don't. I really don't. Not saying
I don't either. Call me a pedophile.
Exactly.
Whatever. But like I really don't see the problem. Like, if you shift both ages up like 3 more years, nobody has a problem.
For you,
and most girls like the older people anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like, what's the issue?
They go for the older people because they relate to them.
Are more.
They're more maturity wise. It's
no, I guess they like give them a sense of comfortability more and stability, you know, and maturity. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I mean,
so
whatever.
Like, a girl that's 16 is with a guy that's 16. It's not gonna feel, you know, they want older because, you know, more developed, more basically
more developed as well,
more comfortable around them,
right?
Because
more safe.
Yeah, they're gonna knock everybody, but hypothetically, they're gonna know more in a sense because they're older.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's define these terms. Let's before we even get into, let's define these terms before we even get into this conversation. What is a child?
I would use the age of consent. Under 18 would be a kid in my eyes.
Okay, see, now we in this loophole again. 17, right? Let's just say 17 years, 364 days, 23 hours and 59 minutes and 59 seconds, right?
It's a kid.
Kid? Is a kid?
It's not.
You're a PDF file? If you hit that? I mean, and you, like, I don't know, man. It's a weird. It's weird.
Yeah. Let's just see what.
Like, you're getting in prison for that?
Yeah.
A 17-year-old who's 364 days. That's a kid?
There it is. Yeah, that is.
Yep, I'm gonna use very hard set terms. If it is under 18, even if it's 17, 364.
Does that define kid?
As I said earlier, at 18, at that point, you're going out of high school, you're going to college, you're living on your own, you're no longer, you know, a child under your parents' roof, for the most part, extenuating circumstances, of course. But at that age, you are.
So yeah, why wouldn't it be 21 or 25?
So
right.
So with what he's saying, right, is an adult is somebody. He's saying 18 because they're moving out and living on their own and going to college, right?
But anybody could do that at any age.
16-year-olds, 17-year-olds can do that.
Yeah.
They can start their life a lot earlier. So this is what I'm saying. It's a loophole now. But you can't. I don't think you can define adult by an age.
I don't think you can either.
There are still probably 21, 22, 23-year-olds out there that are still living with their parents. And
well, that doesn't define adulthood, but putting that out there. But like,
you said moving out on their own, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
There's 22, 23-year-olds aren't doing that. Like,
and I think that's what Sneako's whole point is, right?
You are no longer just in your parents' household a kid.
You do admit that varies for most people. Right? A lot of people don't move out of their parents' homes until they're 25, 26, 27. A lot of people graduate high school 16. A lot of people graduate high school 20. It's a huge variable. So to set that in stone is that this is when you're a kid and this is you're an adult, that doesn't apply to most people. So why would you define a kid and an adult if it doesn't apply to most people?
Because it needs to be defined. Otherwise, you can get into this really gray area where you, like a lot of the things you say, can be misconstrued as you wanting to have sex with a 15, 16-year-old. I mean,
I don't think anybody
clips that I played in the video, you were
no
saying like the age of maturity, the age of development, and then you use 16 and 17 in that clip.
Definition of an adult is 18 years old.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fine establishment right there. Anything under 18 would classify as a kid.
You're following the government's.
See, this is the thing though, like, legally, right, you're at 18 you're an adult, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
So.
Or 17 and 10 months, whatever, that if you want to be exact.
But this is also where we get, this another thing I'm going to point out. In a lot of states, at 17, you can be charged as an adult. So if you can be charged as an adult, why don't you take you take the responsibilities as an adult legal wise? So why is 18 the age? You see what I'm saying?
This shit just gets complicated, bro. Like,
exactly.
Why can't it just be a person who likes another person, and they just do it? Like, if they're both consenting, if both families are consenting,
exactly.
What's the problem here?
Like,
as long as it's not too crazy.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
If it's reasonable,
like, I mean, what's the
they
problem?
Both consent. For example, 16 and 19, even 16 and 20.
Right. 16 and 20. I mean, again, 20. Another one of those words that roll off the tongue a little weird, right?
Yeah. Look, if they consent and it's, I feel like within 5 years, right?
Right.
It's okay.
I mean, if it's somebody who's like 10 years who's like clearly taking advantage, I mean, then we have a problem, right? Again, like I said, there has to be like, remember we're going over this earlier too. There should be like a limit of like, this is too young, not possible, shit ain't happening.
I feel like 14 is that age.
Okay, yeah.
And then 16 is the age where consent. I feel like that's how it should be, personally. You have to take morals, for example, right? Some people are shitty morals, so this is pretty, you know, based. But morally, is it correct? You have to answer that question. If you say yes, because anyone in their right mind, 18 and 13, that no matter how bad your morals
know what you're
are,
doing.
You're not going to say morally that's correct.
Yeah.
If it's morally correct and both parents and both families and both sides consent, I feel like there's no issue with it. That's just how I
feel. Same here. Same here.
It's definition of an adult.
I think there needs to be a definition, and that one's been around for a long time, and I think that's the one most people accept as the closest to, like, yeah, this is when you become an adult.
It actually hasn't, right? 200 years ago in the 1800s in America.
Okay, that's funny. Okay, you can't just say that, bro. 200 years ago, or you could have just said, recently in the 1800s, because it is kind of recent, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, it is.
You can't say 200 years ago in the 1800s. That makes it seem like a long time ago. To say like recently in the 1800s, like,
but it's really
like this wasn't long ago.
It's
recent, bro.
That's
like,
maybe
think about it.
We lived
to be 100, bro. That was 200 years ago. It's not that long ago.
So
if you really think about it. Like, I think the last people from the 1800s just died like 2 years ago.
Exactly. So, is
like,
that
people
really
are still
crazy
alive.
to say? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but you said 200 years ago. That doesn't really, you know what I mean? If you say just recently the 1800s, like, this isn't Victorian times, you know, you could have made it seem like that. You could have made it seem like it was yesterday.
I swear.
Right, but he didn't say that. He said 200 years ago.
It's like, is 12 too young?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That's not the point. I'm saying you're saying that the U.S.
Sneako, you should have just said no here, because
you should.
Point that makes him look bad, bro.
You should have said yes, and then you should have added on and said no. That's not the point, bro. He should be taking debate tips from me. Maybe I'm the masturbator.
Well, I'm saying 200 years ago, the age of marriage in America was 10, and the UK was 7. Right. So if the government decides to change it,
holy shit, they were getting them in young.
We also have to remember.
Okay, but he's using this as an example, though, right? Of how things used to be, right?
Yeah. But then
that was morally correct back then, right?
Yeah,
that, like, I mean, I get his argument. I get what he's trying to say right now, right? Just back then, that was the morally correct, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what it's gonna be 200 years from now, right? But like, people are like, how dare you go younger than 7 back then?
Yeah.
Right? So like, you know what I mean? How dare you go younger than 10 back then? So it's like now it's like under 18. How dare you go under 18?
Oh, yeah.
Now, like, who knows what it's gonna be like later?
It's 18. If the government, maybe if Kamala Harris gets elected, the new legal age of an adult is 25, and there could.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, that can't be real, right?
I think that's something she wants to do, bro.
No, Sean. Yo, do not vote for her, bro. Don't vote. Do not vote for her. Bro, please don't. Get Sean back in there. Wait, you know what? You want to live stream that shit?
I'm down.
No, think about it. I'm down. We can have a watch party.
Everybody watching this video, right? I don't know who's gonna watch it. Look, it's 3 months away. You have 3 months.
Right.
Anyone that sees this in 3 months.
3 months, man. Tune in.
Pray to God, do not vote
bro,
for her, bro.
Tune into the live stream.
Swear.
All registered Republicans, bro. Go out and vote, bro. Please go out there, bro.
Yes.
Get out there, make your vote known, bro. Like,
exactly.
Please don't get that chick in office, bro. We're gonna be all finished.
They graduated college. They don't leave the house until this age. Their brains don't develop until they're 25. Your frontal cortex is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. So if Kamala Harris raised it to 25, would you then say that that's the new age? Would you agree with that?
I think that'd be totally understandable. Like,
right,
I think.
Oh my God.
So
bro.
what's the point? What's the point of all of this?
So listen.
Oh my God.
There's people that get married before 25.
Who knows? I might.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, this shit is crazy.
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get married. Like, I might, 23, 24, I might get married. We don't know.
Who knows?
Like,
who knows? I plan on getting it done young. I don't know about that young, but like, damn, bro, that's crazy.
25?
Jesus Christ.
Bro.
Holy shit, you're killing us.
What, you're gonna move the driving age to 21 now? Like,
yeah, no, that's cooked. You're cooked,
bro.
Yeah.
So with an under 25-year-old, does that now make them a pedophile?
No, I don't think necessarily that makes them a retroactive pedophile.
This dude actually bro, he going in circles, bro. This don't even, he don't even know who he talking about, for real.
So then what's a pedophile?
But it's an accepted definition of 18 for a long time. Is
not for that long. Not for that long, and not through most states, and not through most countries across the world.
Yeah, he could have just said that. Not for long. Like, he could have just said that at first. Yeah. It hasn't really been that long, bro.
It hasn't.
Maybe 120 years.
I don't know about that, because I think
I mean,
through the 1900s, weren't they able to marry at
120 years? Yeah. 120.
We have to do with look.
124 years ago was the 1800s, bro.
To go back to that question, is 12 too young? Do you think 12 is too young?
I think 12 is too young for me. Yeah. Yes.
Well,
for me?
For you.
Wait.
Do you think 12 is too young in general? I feel like that should be an easy answer.
12 is too young in general, correct. What you're saying, your definition of adult, is not even the actual definition. Do you know what the definition of child is? Like, anybody watching this can Google it. You can Google it too. The definition of
somebody
child
who
is
hasn't
somebody
gone through
who has
puberty.
Not reached puberty yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's valid.
Or below the...
Okay, they definitely just changed that.
That's the definition.
Yeah, and then you get into like the abibophile or whatever, as opposed to pedophile. And
I don't know what the hell he just said. Wait, are we abibophiles, chat?
15 to 19, so basically I'm in a
we abibophiles, chat. I don't know what to say. It's over for us.
I have no idea what those terms are. I don't know what that is, but I'm saying that's the actual definition. When somebody reaches maturity, it's based off of biological and physical maturity. So it varies for everybody. Adulthood is not something that you can set in stone because it's different for the entire world. I moved out when I was 14. A lot of people don't move out until they're 25. I went through puberty when I was 17. A lot of people went through puberty when they were 13, 14, 15. It changes for everybody. So for you to say that this is the set in stone age, and say you're a pedophile if it's under 18, and then if you're over 18, you're fine. Well, then that's a weird line that doesn't make sense. So you're gonna say this person is a terrible person if they're 17 years old, 364 days, and right after that they're good to go. Well, it changes for everybody. So we have to have something, a definition. We have to be realistic with everybody. Well, we don't. But you're saying we, but that's not even the case in the country we live in.
16 in
Vermont is 16.
Most of the country is 16.
Most of it is 16, dude. That is crazy, right? Because, like, dude, there's not even a set age.
This right here, I can't say because I'm gonna get.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
But
yeah.
That is a huge
grape.
Thing.
Yeah, grape.
Huge thing. And this protects it from it because there will be people that are gonna be like, oh, he's to that girl. But really, it saves this. Because if you think about it, any sexual relation with somebody under the age of consent is considered this.
Yeah.
Sex should only be within wedlock. That's why I'm talking about this.
So then why, if you're arguing, we can take sex out of it. Why, when you're arguing for marriage, do you want it to drop? Like, okay, 16.
When did I say, just because I don't believe in the age of consent does not mean that I want it to drop. Like, see, that's where, like, the internet can go apply that just because I'm saying...
Well, no.
No, because you're saying the definition of an adult is 18. I'm saying that's an arbitrary number, and that makes no sense. We should encourage marriage when people reach maturity. That makes much more logical sense.
That's even more vague, though. Like, but also, you directly...
It's less vague than the 18, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit ain't even 18, bro. Like...
When someone can legally drive, they should be able to legally marry. You did.
That's valid.
Exactly, that's valid, bro. I mean.
15 and 16-year-olds can drive cars. You said when someone can legally drive.
Across the world, 15 and 16-year-olds can have sex too. I
feel like Sneako, this is more of him not basically saying that it's okay for older people to have sex or whatever with younger people. I feel like he's saying the definition of an adult is not 18. I feel like that's where he's trying to fight the biggest. And I don't think he's understanding that. I just feel like he's trying to push the, you want to fuck a 15-year-old, you know, like that's not what Sneako's saying at all.
Maybe with the internet brain, because people in the West, they want to have sex all the time and they have a different sort of mindset. Right?
That's 100%
in the Middle East.
right.
I'm in the Middle East right now. They want to get married and then have sex. So people, just because I'm saying this does not mean automatically lower. No. That's not the case at all. What's the definition of pedophile?
It is an adult who is attracted to children.
Yeah, it comes from the Greek word pedo means child and phile means love. So somebody who loves a child.
Yes.
That's the definition of child. Somebody who hasn't reached physical maturity.
We've already established, right, that they're different things, like pedo and Debo, whatever, Bebo, Elmo.
All right, bro. Yeah.
But they're different things. So, like, exactly. That should be the end of the debate right there.
Exactly.
They're different things.
Exactly.
Do you think it's okay to be marrying a 15 or 16-year-old? Probably not.
Depending on the age.
But that's not what Sneako's saying. I don't think he's trying to say that he wants it.
Dude, I'm not gonna support some 30-year-old dude trying to do that shit.
Exactly.
That's just plain outright weird, point blank.
But I feel like two 16-year-olds that are mature should be able to marry. I have no issue
or
with
a 16, 19, like something like that.
Like,
don't be going weird with it.
Yeah, like, bro, you have to be reasonable with it.
Or even 16, 20 is pushing it, but like...
Bro, you know what this is like?
What?
This is like the whole abortion debate, bro. People just aren't reasonable with it.
Right. I mean, we all know the purpose of abortion, right?
Yeah,
It's to encourage women to be
yeah.
hoes, but like... And that's real.
Yeah.
Cancel me again. That's real.
It is.
You know what I'm
bro,
saying? It's not natural. It shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
But
there are
you know,
circumstances that it has to be
where
done,
it could be useful,
you know?
right? That's why medical advancements like these exist,
Exactly.
right?
But
don't go around.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
to
when it gets extreme. That's when it becomes radicalism, in my opinion.
You'll have to use
When you just
y'all's
start
heads.
celebrating and shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is my third one.
Like, yeah, no.
Oh my god, like, thank God this exists. Like, get out of here.
Consent is a weird thing to even speak about, but it should be the father, right? If I want to marry a girl, I shouldn't even just get consent from her. I should get consent from her parents. She should want to say yes. Her parents should want to say yes. That's consent from the family.
See, pause. This is the best way to do things, and it's been proven throughout history that this is the best way to do things, right? As long as both parties are consenting and all that. Saudi Arabia, or the Middle East and India are pretty much the only places where this still happens, and that's why they have the lowest divorce rates, bro. And that's why everything works out in the end. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, like, think about it. If there are no issues on either party with it, why? And there's no issues between you and the person, you know, that you're getting with. Why is there any reason for a divorce, you know? If everything's good, everything,
there's a support bubble there.
Exactly.
Nothing's gonna go wrong, right?
And say y'all have issues where it's gonna go wrong, then that's when y'all have those families to fall on, and it'll help you bring up.
And the friends and everybody's there, right? Everybody's always there.
And it's not the fact that it will just help the marriage. It's morally right to get it from consent from the father, because you have to understand, without the mother and father, that person wouldn't even be here, you know? Like, I feel like you should just get it from the father, you know? Get agreement, consent, whatever, because, I mean, you know? It's just, it's more of like a respect thing than anything.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
that's the Islamic way. That's the only way that makes sense.
Not just the Islamic way. I don't like how he said that.
Sex now. She gave consent, and then.
Well, I think he said that because isn't he Islamic?
He's Islam.
That's why he said it. That's why he said it.
Yeah, that's why he said
these
that.
False allegations like, oh, she was drunk. Oh, she took it back. Oh, she retracted consent. All this stuff, like.
Bro. Okay, hold on. We need to speak about this, bro.
Oh my god, bro, it's crazy how you can do shit like that now.
How do you retract
I retracted consent actually.
So you can go through with the whole thing, already have it done, and be like, I retract it.
I retract consent. People can actually do that.
If
I retract consent, I actually didn't feel comfortable doing that.
it's like
GG. It's over for you.
It's over, yeah. Y'all
That's why you got to be careful, bro.
Guys out there, all I'm gonna say is just watch how you move. Watch the girls
out,
you
bro.
get with. Watch
out. There's so many false cases all around the world, bro,
consent.
not just here.
What is consent? Some people say it's yes. Some people say it's like nonverbal communication. Some people say that it doesn't.
Usually
count
nonverbal.
It's like what I said earlier. I feel like consent is just being able to be comfortable around them and
exactly. And if things happen, they happen. Exactly. Who asks?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, bro. What kind of dweeb asks?
It's like,
bro, like
it's like asking a girl to kiss on the first date. No one does it.
Like, bro, unless y'all have been together for like a while, you can be like, yo, let's just do it right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But like the first like few months, like, do you even ask, bro?
Exactly. It just happens, bro. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be honest. I've been there multiple times, and you don't ask. I feel like you have to, Johnny.
You don't
ask. It kind of just
is
a thing that just.
Like after a while, like let's say like once you cross like the 7-8 month line, like you're gonna start asking, right? But like,
well, that's because it's gonna become so often to the point where
exactly. You gotta, or sometimes like stuff happens, like you gotta just. Sometimes you're gonna have to ask, right? Exactly. But like, who? Like nobody does that.
Do you think it is okay for an adult to legally marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
Okay, well,
depends how adult.
My logic, if the man is physically mature, if he's went through puberty and he's mentally ready at the age of 16, he's an adult.
I just said an adult. Is it okay for an adult?
Right, and I established.
What is an adult?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what an adult. So if somebody goes through puberty and they're physically ready, they're biologically ready, they're an adult. So the two 16-year-olds can be considered adults by my logic.
We're not talking about two.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about an adult. We'll use your age. Someone who is 25. Is it okay for someone who is in their 20s to marry a 15 or 16?
He was vague. He said 20s. Are we talking about 25 here or 20s?
Yeah, bro.
20s is a whole different ballgame than 25.
Yeah, and like I said, we have to be reasonable with it. Like, has to be morally right. You can't just throw a number out there.
Exactly.
And be like, oh, it's okay because you said a 15-year-old is mature. Oh, they can have sex. They can go marry. No.
Yeah,
that's not how shit works, bro.
20s could be valid depending on where are you on the 20 scale, right? 25,
exactly,
I don't know. You're pushing it, bro. I don't know. That's weird.
Someone in your position in the 20s, is it okay for you to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
But teenager, even bringing up this term that has nothing to do with.
Well, I didn't add it. You brought in two 16-year-olds. We were talking about an adult and a 15 or 16.
That's
an
bro.
Adult?
What's an adult though, bro?
I'm talking about your personal beliefs. Do you?
What's the consent age in
Saudi?
Saudi? It's with an S, by the way.
Yeah, my fault, bro. Chill.
No. I'm just letting you know.
18.
Hold on. Let's see UAE.
14.
See, they even had it at puberty.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, they raised it, of course. They even had it at puberty before 2022. He didn't even have to use that 1800s example. 2 years ago in the UAE, it was 14.
I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know many people who would do it. The maturity for people and the teenagers in the West is getting much worse. But
all right, so I mean, that's the end of the video, I guess. I mean, we're gonna have a part 2 up for y'all. This is just part 1. But I mean, whoever won or lost, I mean, respect to both the guys for debating this, and trying to make their opinions known. You feel me? I personally think Sneako is leading right now. He's definitely in control of this debate.
Swear.
I mean, he's cooking them. But yeah, that was my opinion on the, Zach.
Yeah, it's just, bro, it definitely seems like they're going in circles, bro. They're just keep going in the same way, and Sneako's, he's putting valid points out there. And
I mean, Sneako already won, bro. It's just this is the kind of part of the debate where one person already won, but the other dude's still trying to like get something through.
Every
and it just
presidential debate, I think, in history.
I swear.
But yeah, we'll have part 2 probably sometime tomorrow maybe. It all depends. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, we'll have part 2, and this is the end of part 1.
You want a thug? That's what you got. You better know what's coming with your spot. You steady crying about some other shit while I got some